Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about the Opus 88. So the Opus 88 is a pen that I've had for a while. I believe I got it last summer and I've been using it on and off ever since, and it's one of my favorite pens. It's very, very lovely. It's been out of rotation for a little bit because I had to clean it. I left it at James's house and it was inked for about 6 months consecutively, and it was not used constantly. So ink had gotten really cruddy and weird in it. So I cleaned it. I thought I cleaned it properly, and then I started using it again and it was just not working right. So I soaked it some more. Realized I actually need an ultrasonic cleaner. Still don't have one, but I think it's fairly clean now. The feed is actually stained. I'll show you in a little bit. But ever since I've had it inked, so since it's been clean, I've had it inked. It is a lovely pen, and I want to show you up close what this pen looks like. I want to talk about the filling mechanism a little bit and about the build quality. Okay, let's switch the shot. Here we are with the Opus 88 and a close-up view of the pen. As you can see, it is the beige version. It doesn't look very beigey, but it's quite light, and it is combined, the ebonite, this is ebonite, it's combined with like a blue grayish resin, which is a very nice combination in my opinion. The pen has silver trim, it has silver clip, silver bands right here, I love the ebonite and then resin, ebonite, resin, ebonite design of this pen. So you get a bit of both on the cap and on the barrel. Clip is usable. I like using this at work. It's easy to clip onto a shirt, so that's no problem. Here you have the Opus 88 logo. I don't know if you can see that up close. Opus 88, which is engraved into the ebonite. And it's just interesting to have this combination of materials. The resin has a distinctly different feel from the ebonite. The ebonite is more matte. It feels more matte, but it is also a different type of texture, as you can see. It's very nice. This pen has been in my possession for a while. It does not look perfect anymore. Like on the, I guess you call it the finial, there's, I think it's ink that I can't get off. It has soaked up into the ebonite, but I don't mind that. I don't have to have perfect pens. I use them. I throw them in bags, in journal cases, and it's fine if they get scratched up a little. What I like also is that through this like piece of resin you can see the nib hiding in there. Before I move on to a shot of the nib and a writing sample, I want to talk about build quality. This pen is lovely, and I'm not the person that is easiest on their pens. Pens drop, they fall off the table, and this particular pen was in my journal case in the seed, and what happened is I wanted to go to my bedroom with my journal case and my pen, had it in between there, not stuck properly, I guess, and I dropped it. That meant that for the first few months I really couldn't use it because I broke the cap. This, let's go close up, it looks really grody. This is the first cap I got. And what happened is that this section, the piece of ebonite broke off from the resin. And it was like, it was a super clean break. I couldn't see any glue or any method of adhering this to the resin. I don't know how they do it. It might be just glued in there very neatly. But I really don't know how it was glued. And then, of course, I emailed the place I got it from, because it was on the day I got it, and I was like, why is my pen broken after a single fall? Just don't drop your pens, guys. But I wasn't used to that happening after a pen falling, to be honest. So they were really nice, and I can name the store. It was Ackerman The Hague, not the Amsterdam Ackerman. There's 2 pen stores called Ackerman in this country, but Ackerman The Hague, the makers of the ink, who were kind enough to supply me with a new cap. So they got one from Opus, and they sent it to me. Of course, still couldn't use it for a while. I was actually going to the States, and what I did is I brought the pen with me and the cap, and we super glued it. And we kind of super glued it a bunch of times, just to make it usable, because I really do love this pen and I wanted to be able to use it. So yeah, my whole message here is don't drop this pen, because where the ebonite and the resin are attached might be a little fragile. So just be careful with it. This is now my extremely disgusting backup cap. But yeah, just don't drop it. That's the key. Let's zoom out again a little bit. One of the interesting things about Opus pens is that they have eyedropper filling systems. There is something that you could call like a piston rod type deal inside. I have a dark ink in there, you can't really see it. And you can't unscrew this and pull it back. However, it does not fill because there's not a real vacuum in there. So you have to eyedropper it. It comes with an eyedropper, like a pipette, that you can fill the pen with. You unscrew the nib section. I am not doing that right now because there's ink in there. And then you drop the ink into the barrel and it will fill. If you want a nice wet writing experience, you gotta unscrew this because it does sort of stop the ink from going into the feed. So for flyers, this might be a really good pen. It's not a perfect seal, but it is fairly good. Nib is a number 5 Bach nib. Very simple and might not be interesting to all of you, but I really like these nibs. Bach nibs are really great to write with. This is a fine nib. I love fine nibs, as you guys know. And I guess you can, I don't know if you guys can see, I can see there's discoloration on the feed because it was inked for 6.5 million months in a row without using it a lot. Okay, I think we should go on to the writing sample. I've never actually posted this pen. Let's see if it works. I've never felt the need. I guess you could post it. It's an interesting experience. I wonder if you can post it with the piston thingy unscrewed. Yeah, that works fine. If you want to post it, if you're very happy with posting it, it's actually fine. It doesn't feel too unbalanced. It becomes really long, of course, but if you don't mind that, or if you have ginormous hands, you can do that. Okay, let's go to the writing sample. Opus 88 fine nib. It's a Bach number 5 nib. Yeah, it's fairly smooth. I mean, this is not a pen that you get because it has a special nib, of course. It's just a nice pen. Ink I have in here is a purple, because I'm obsessed with purple, and the ink is Cross Violet. I want to be sponsored by Cross because I love their ink so much, and I use it almost in every video. It sometimes skips. I do think that this pen is still not perfectly clean, and I don't know if I can actually get it clean. Like with normal writing, it does not like stop writing. It is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But if I do like that quick stripies, it's like, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. If you see like this, it's completely fine. Might have baby's bottom. I've actually never looked at it. because having problems in the downstroke is like a baby's bottom problem. Baby's bottom, I've never talked about this before. It means that your nib is over polished. Let's zoom in. And that the tines, so the two different tines, and you have the slit of the feed, the tines are not like that or like that, but they're like that. They're like a little buddy, like that. And which means that it's not perfectly hitting the paper when you write because of that butt shape, like that. So it might have that. It doesn't bother me when I'm writing, so. And also, I think this is one of the things that Rhodia likes to do, and that is make pens that normally do not skip, skippy. Because I do not experience this on Leuchtturm, not really, and I don't really experience it on Tomoe River, so. So that might just be an issue of having the wrong paper with the wrong pen. I think I just said in one of my last videos, I'm not a big fan of Rhodia, and that's why I'm using this for writing samples, because I want to get through this pad. I prefer Leuchtturm and Tomoe River, but yeah, it's still fine. It really does not let any ink go through. It doesn't ghost very much. So for that purpose, it's fine. But I cannot write with my Lamy 2000 on Rhodia. It hates the Lamy 2000. And then this pen seems to not be perfect either. So anyway, that was my ramble about the Opus 88. I really like this pen. It's a really good writer. It's not a bad price. It's around 80 euros, which is fair for an eyedropper with ebonite. And it's just a really neat looking pen. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about this video or about the pen or about anything else, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.